Alright, g'day guys. We're going to do a quick rundown of how to increase and decrease amounts by a percentage. Okay, so let's just assume that I own a shop, okay, and I buy some shirts from a wholesaler, so someone that sells me the shirts for $30, okay? To cover my costs of rent and paying wages for staff and all that sort of stuff, I need to increase this amount by, what did I say, 40%, okay, let's say. Maybe I'm a bit greedy, okay? So, what we need to do there is first convert 40% to a decimal. So we can do that by converting this to a decimal first. So we take our 40, all right, we're going to start over here, and we're going to divide by 100, okay, that will give us 0.4, okay. So if we want to increase an amount by 40%, the easiest way to do that, rather than, because we know that if we times 30 by 0.4, that's going to give us a number that's less than 30, but we need to increase, so we need to go up. So how we do that is we times by 100%, which we can write as 1 decimal 4, okay? And the 4 here represents our 40% increase. Okay, so 30 times by 1.4, that's going to equal $42. All right, and this works when you're increasing by, so if we were going to increase it by 50%, we would just times by 1.5, or 60%, 1.6, 75%, 1.75, so on and so forth. Now, if we're going to decrease, let's just say maybe we want to have a sale, so my shirt that costs $42, we want to decrease by, I still want to make some money, so let's just say, whoops, not $15, 15%. Okay, so there are two ways we can do this. There's one really quick way and there's one long way. I'm going to show you the long way first because that's a bit more step by step and it makes a little bit more sense when we're first dealing with these things. So we take our $42, okay, and the best way, or the long way around this, is to actually just find out what 15% of $42 is. All right, and we can do that by multiplying by our 15%, which we know if we want to get 15% as a decimal, we divide by 100. So that's going to give us 0.15. Okay, so 15% of 42 is going to be $6.30. What we can do now is do 42, our original selling price, take away our discount, which we now know is $6.30. And that is going to give us our new selling price of $35.70. Okay? The quick way of doing this, I recommend starting with this first, but if you're comfortable with doing that after a few questions, this is another way to do it that cuts out that middle step that we've got there. All right? So we take our selling price, $42, and rather than, if we were going to increase something by 15%, we'd be timesing by 1.5. But if we want to decrease something by 15%, what we can do is actually multiply by 1 take away 0.15, which is our 15%, okay? So if we're going to write that out here, 1 take 0.15, that's going to equal 0.85. Okay, so if we actually find what 85% of 42 is, that is going to give us the same answer as finding out what 15% of 42 is and then taking away from our original price. Okay, so 42 divided by 0.85, that will also give us 35.70. So I recommend you start with this one first. Once you're comfortable with that, we can use this version here to sort of miss a step, save you some time. Okay?